So 4.3, modeling with quadratic functions. We're using standard form, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. And we're going to plug in. Okay, so we're just going to plug in x here. I'm going to just write this with equals y at the end. And then we're going to make a matrix on the end here. So it's like a combination of doing it by hand and in your calculator. So the first x value we have is 0. So we're going to plug 0 in for both of these x's here and here. So we get a times 0 squared. So if you have a number you can square in here, make sure you do square it, okay? So a times 0 squared plus b times 0 plus c equals, our y value here is 0. So now we're going to make the first row of the matrix. So 0 squared is 0. B times 0 is 0. What's the coefficient in front of c? 1. So this is the beginning of our 3 by 3 matrix. Don't forget the little -1 here means inverse. And then we're going to make a 3 by 1. So 3 by 1 comes from all these y values, -2 and 6. So 0, -2, and 6. So next one we're going to plug in is the -1 here. So -1, we get a times -1 squared plus b times -1 plus c equals our y value, -2. So -1 squared, -1 times -1 is +1. We have -1 for the b term, +1 for the c term, and -2 like we wrote over here in the 3 by 1 matrix. Right, matrices go row by column always, in case you forgot that. So next, x value is 1, so we're going to plug 1 in for all the x's. So a times 1 squared plus b times 1 plus c equals 6. So 1 squared is 1, the b term is 1, the c term is 1. Then we're going to put that in the graphing calculator, so second matrix. I've got 2 calculators up here to borrow if you need. Good to catch? So we're going to plug that in, second matrix to do so. You'll see, if you didn't get them down, you'll see them now because I have them in already. Then we're going to put in the 3 by 1, so second matrix over to edit down to B. I'll give you a minute to plug that in. Anyone need more time on this? Okay. So second matrix over to edit down to B. Get that one in. 0, -2, and 6. Then you can go back to the home screen, second matrix, enter, hit the inverse button right here, second matrix down to B, enter twice. So what does this mean? That means A is 2, B is 4, and C is 0. So if we take this, copy it to a new page, that notation just means 2x squared plus 4x plus 0. So you'll have one like that on your quiz and test. You'll have a quiz sometime next week. I haven't decided yet. We good on that? Okay, so from this, I want you to write this down. This is referring to an aerospace camp where they're launching rockets. So this is going to be rocket 1. And over here we have rocket 2. And we want to see which one goes higher. So this rocket, it took 6 seconds to get 580 feet onto the air. So how long would it take for rocket 2 over there to launch and land? From launch to landing would be how long? 6 what? 6 seconds is how long it takes to get to its highest point. 12, right? Shouldn't be a hard question. We just double the 6 to get 12. This distance here, right, you can tell is 12. So the vertex is just halfway up, time, and all the way up distance. So we're going to throw this into the y equals to the graphing calculator, negative 16t, except put x squared instead of t because your calculator doesn't get t. So we have negative 16x squared, maybe squared, plus 150x, and it was plus 1. And then hit zoom 6 to get to a regular window after you do that, and then we'll adjust the window from there. So if you didn't get that equation down, it's right up here, if you can see that. So what do I need to increase, and then I'll come help. What do I need to increase here? Can I see all of the x, both sides of the parabola? Yes, I can. I can see this side of the parabola and this side of the parabola, so yeah, I can. So what do I need to increase because I can't see the top? Y max. What's your guess of what to increase it to? 100? We can try 100. 100. See what happens. Yeah, so we're somewhere close. I'm going to go 500. You could do 1,000 too. It's fine. Right? You can go over. The only problem you can run into is when you're doing the, like getting the maximum. Sometimes the words down here get in the way of the cursor. But 500 is nice, works fine. And now we need to get the maximum. So second trace max. So that's number 4. And you'll notice your cursor is at 0. Most of your cursors should be at 0. It just starts on the y-axis. So we want to arrow up closer to the vertex. Enter. And then we're going to go across the vertex to the right side of it because it's asking for right bound. Enter. And then enter once more. And you should get that max. Okay? Let me help those that need help now. Give me one.